What's up, guys? Gamer Vlog Guy back here with another vlog. Making a video today. I've just been chilling. Really not been doing much of anything. Wanted to update you on the George Floyd murder trial. Basically, what's going on now is the state. I'm sorry, the defense has filed motions to let the 2019 arrest of George Floyd in from May 6th. Um, they've made motions about that, letting it in. The judge took a night to make a decision on it. The next day, the judge said that he's gonna allow some of it in. So some of it is in about the arrest. So that's where we're at now. Um, along those lines, um, some of the jurors now they most of all the jurors now they have do know about the settlement, about the George Floyd settlement, about the family getting the uh, the settlement money. So they know about that, and they know about the state making a settlement. The judge did speak to the prosecutor or the state's attorney or something that settled the lawsuit, and they had an interview over Zoom or something, or a conference call or something like that. And a long story short, the judge right now, he is not happy. He's very upset about it. I would be too, because now you're just making it, to me, you're just making it worse on the judge. If I'm the judge right now, I feel sorry for him, because right now he's basically the pickle in the middle. Like, he's the one that's he's the one that's going to have to decide, and I think, to me, the judge, to me, is doing a fantastic job judging this, and also making it, making fair rulings on everything. And the trial, and this is all I'm talking about. This is all pre-trial. The trial don't even start till next week, the 29th. Today's the 21st. They still got 8 days left until the trial, officially starts. It is all pre-trial, pre-motions, and all this. What's going to be allowed to be argued, what's not going to be allowed to be argued, what's admissible, what's not going to be, admissible, this, that, blah, 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 blah. And, to me, it's just like, like I said, you're in a no-win situation if you're that judge. I feel sorry for him, because he's gonna make a ruling either way, and especially if he makes the wrong ruling, and we all know what that is. I'm not going to get into it, but we're going to sort of just play the what if, and he makes that ruling that we all, you know, could possibly have. Then, God help the people. God help the people who live in Minneapolis, and also the citizens who live in the city, and the citizens that live in the state of Minnesota. Because it's not going to just be Minneapolis. It's going to be taken out. It's going to be, Minneapolis, St. Paul, Duluth, different places in Minnesota, and then obviously it'll probably go from, go back to how it was, go from, go from like Minnesota, Minneapolis to Chicago to Milwaukee to Detroit to Cleveland to Cincinnati. I mean, it's going to go all over that area, Indianapolis, Indiana, probably, and it's just not going to be pretty. I'm Me, I'm scared. I'm concerned about those people. I fear for the people's safety that are like me, and most everybody else who really don't have anything to do with this. Wasn't at the scene of the crime, wasn't even there, and really don't really have any opinion on it one way or another. Like those people who don't really have one opinion or another, and don't want nothing to do with it, and don't want to get involved in deciding somebody's fate, whether they're guilty or not guilty. And I also feel sorry for the jurors too, who are being, in a way, being asked to participate and get involved. Thank God they have immunity where they don't have to release their names, and their faces are not going to be shown on TV and everything. So they're not going to be shown on TV. They're not going to decide guilty or not guilty. They're going to decide guilty or not guilty, but they're not going to be shown on TV. Like, thank God, like their home address, their phone numbers, all that personal will never be released through the media. Thank God. And the same thing with the judge. Thank God that judge, he has qualified immunity too. So where you know he doesn't have to release his name and stuff. So he's immune to it. He doesn't have to do it. Which is great. And those people right now are the people I feel sorry for, the judge and the jurors. Now the two attorneys, combating back and forth, blah 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 blah. I don't feel sorry for them because they're just, they could have they couldn't have they didn't have to take the case. Whether the prosecutor of the state of Minnesota, like that prosecutor didn't have to prosecute. Take the case. It could have been another prosecutor from the state of Minnesota to take this. It didn't have to be that person in particular. The same thing with this attorney. This attorney didn't have to volunteer to be a defense attorney for the officer. It could have been somebody else in that law firm, but it could have been somebody else. Same thing for the law firm for the state. So those two people, they volunteered. I'll do it. I'm going to do this. So I don't really that you know, but and then also you're going back and forth. Already, and this is all pretrial stuff, and you're already going back and forth and bickering like two kids. Oh, I want this in. I want this in. I want this amount of money. You're losing sight of what this trial is really about. And that's somebody that was, and this trial is about whether this person that you're defending, if you're a defense attorney, defending this person, whether he's guilty or not guilty of murder, second degree murder, or manslaughter, or third degree murder. Those are your charges: second degree, third degree, or second degree manslaughter. That's your three choices. There is no first degree murder. Just to reiterate, there's only three charges that cops being charged with: second degree murder, second degree manslaughter, third degree murder. That's it. There's no nothing. That's your three charges. That's it. And the way this is going, they may only get down to one charge, and it could be just a simple, maybe a 5 or 7 year sentence, and it's only third degree murder, or no, second degree manslaughter would be 10 years, maybe 5 to 7, and he's out. You know, because right now, if you're the state right now, you're really, 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 you have your hands tied behind your back right now, because now the defense has come out and said, "Oh, look, if you like the defense of the guy who's defending the cop, the attorney that's defending the police officer, he's doing. I got to give it to him. He's doing a fantastic job in getting this cop off. I mean, he's doing everything. I mean, he's bringing up. I mean, every record that he can get through public records requests, getting everything. His whole George Floyd. I mean, all of George Floyd's criminal record. I mean, everything he did from when he was a teenager to the day he died. I mean, everything. And then putting it right there and saying, okay, remember this, remember all this. 2002, 2000, I'm just making up years. 2002, 2009, 2010, 2012, 2019, 2015, 2012, 20 whatever, 2004. Remember all this. Now you're gonna, but and hearing all this, can you actually find my client guilty? And that's and to me, that's all you really have to do if you're the defense attorney of this cop. Just make a shopping list. He did you did this month and this year, this month that year, that month that year, all the way down. And if you're the state, you're like, all you do is throw your hands up. Just you got me. No mas. It's just checkmate. Because if you're the jury, if you you're a right mind and you can be unbiased and you're in your right mind. Even myself, if I'm the juror and say I have the last vote, whether he's not guilty or guilty, and it all comes down to me. Just saying, I don't live in Minnesota, by the way, but just saying, just for argument's sake. And I'm looking at all this. I'm like, honestly, maybe the best I can do is maybe third degree murder, or at the most maybe second degree manslaughter. I can't do second degree murder. Even with the stuff out now, especially with all the other stuff that's coming out doing trial. Or, like I said, prepare for, like I said, the verdict of not guilty, and the top walls. And also, what's being put out too, I gotta add this in the video, is his drug history. All these years of doing drugs too, and all these doctors and scientists and stuff that have said that these drugs that these people do, these illegal drugs like fentanyl and all this, over time will kill your organs to the point where your organs can be so weak to the point where they just stop working one day. You just, you go to sleep, you just go to sleep and you don't wake up because your heart's so destroyed because you just abused it with fentanyl. That's, and that could have what happened to George Floyd. Depending on how many years he did fentanyl, that's another argument too. I gotta, me, that's something else I can exercise too, and that's his heart happened to give out at that time. His heart happened to give out because it was being abused of years and years of fentanyl abuse, and years of cocaine abuse, and years of heroin abuse, and all the way down the line. If I were, somebody like me, like it's if somebody like me don't do drugs and don't do anything, most of us, we don't have to worry about, having issues. And that's the facts of life. Excuse the pun. It's a good. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and let you go. Thanks again for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. I might be back with another video, but I might not. I don't know. But I definitely will be back with my, uh, my. I will be back again with my opinions on, throughout the trial, and obviously I'll be here for the verdict and give you my reaction to the verdict of whatever and the charge of whatever he gets, whatever charge it is. Thanks again for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, and peace out. I'll see you again.